Hi again, Mark here from TalkingBass.net. This week I'm going to give you a quick couple of basic riffs to help work on your timing and rhythm using offbeat eighth notes as our main focus. If you've not been over to TalkingBass.net, then be sure to go check it out. There's a lesson map containing over 100 other bass videos on pretty much every aspect of bass playing, and they're all divided up into topics for easy navigation. If you subscribe to TalkingBass.net for free, you'll gain access to loads of exclusive content, including free ebooks like the scale reference guide, a forum, the practice room, and a courses page, so go check it out. Now, one of the biggest problems that I encounter with my students is their feel for rhythm. When you start out playing, it can be hard to let yourself go and just play freely or accurately around the main pulse. Everything can get pulled into the main beats in the bar, and other non-accented beats can lose accuracy. So we're going to have a look at really nailing those offbeats so you can become accustomed to accenting them and in turn creating syncopation. So first of all, let's just have a listen to a basic metronome pulse in 4/4, 90 beats per minute, and we're just going to count along with it, okay, just on the main beats. So here we are. So there's the metronome, and now let's count along. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Easy. So we're just counting along with the clicks. Now, to get used to accenting offbeats, we first have to get used to counting the offbeats, non-accented. So all we're going to do is try counting along with the eighth notes there. And to get the eighth notes, we just subdivide each of those beats into 2. And when we do that, we end up with the following count. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay? So again, with the metronome, let's just count along with that. And when you do this, you want to make sure that each of the beats, the main beats, 1, 2, 3, 4, get more accent there. So you'll see what I mean when I play. So, well, count. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now with the eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you can hear there that I'm accenting or saying each of the main beats stronger, okay, or louder even. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So each of those main beats has got that strong accent, okay? So the offbeats, the ands, are all unaccented, so they're not as strong. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay? So the main counts of 1, 2, 3, 4 are what we call the downbeats, and the ands are the upbeats. So just visualize a hand coming down on each beat, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then visualize the upbeat as the hand comes up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay? Now, generally in a standard bar of 4/4 like that, the downbeats are going to be the accented beats. The upbeats are non-accented. But if we accent the upbeats, we get a completely different feel. So listen to the difference. If I accent the downbeats, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and now accenting the upbeats, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so a very, very different feel there. So let's just try counting along with the metronome. So first of all, accented the downbeats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now let's accent the upbeats. 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay? So let's try some of this on bass. So all we're going to do is take a C, 3rd fret of the A string there, and to begin with we're just going to play on the downbeats. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and easy, okay? So let's try that with the metronome. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now obviously, if you try counting along with that, you can run out of breath pretty quickly when you're at a tempo like this. So the best thing to do is count along and then just keep the count going in your head, okay? So again, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, and as I've shown in a couple of the other lessons as well, subdividing in this way, putting those upbeats in there, helps with your accuracy in timing. Okay, so if you keep that in your mind, that 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, you'll be more accurate with actually hitting the downbeats. So now let's try with the upbeats. So first of all, just without the metronome, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and with the metronome, 3, 4, oh, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay? So as you might have noticed, that's deceptively difficult. You start by playing with the downbeats, everything's easy, move on to the upbeats, and all of a sudden it's 10 times harder, even though you're playing exactly the same speed, exactly the same distance between the notes, but just offset by an eighth note. So yeah, just practice, 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 and you'll get it. Aim for accuracy. You want each one, equidistant between the downbeats. So you want 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and absolute accuracy there. You just need to zone in on it. So once you've mastered playing the downbeats and the upbeats, then you can try alternating between them. So we'll try 2 bars of each, and that'll sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and etc., etc. Okay? Now let's try 1 bar each, okay? And you'll notice with this that when we go from the upbeats back to the downbeats, there's a little repeat of the note to bring it back round, which you'll notice, as you're playing this. So we get to the end of the bar, 4 and 1. So we get the 4 and then the 1. So we've got 2 notes, one after the other, and that brings it round. And that's something to listen out for when you do it. So here we have 1 bar each. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Okay? So once you've got a feel for playing those rhythms just on 1 note, we can try a couple of riffs, to try and apply these rhythms. So first of all, we'll just try a riff that uses strictly offbeat eighth notes, so all upbeats. And so we're just going to use that rhythm of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and we're going to use the notes C, G, B flat, G. Okay, so we've got C, 3rd fret of the A string, G, 5th fret of the D string, and then B flat, 3rd fret of the G string, and then back to the G at the 5th fret of the D string. So, with the rhythm, that will sound like this, very slow. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and So we're playing exactly what we did before, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, but we're putting notes in there, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 and, okay? So practice that, just playing it slowly, and then eventually just try it with the metronome. So here's the metronome, 90 beats per minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Okay, so just practice that round and round. And you'll have noticed when I started there, I was slightly off myself. So it took a couple of bars for me to, to find the tempo properly. And this is where counting can come in really handy. So if you're counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and if you just try feeling it, you can mess it up a little bit by just hearing the count and just thinking, oh yeah, ba, 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 ba. But sometimes the accuracy, like I did there, can go down. So yeah, if that accuracy isn't there, count. Really count and make sure that your 1, 2, 3, 4 is right on the click. Okay, and if you were playing to a drum beat, you'd make sure that it was on each beat that you're hearing with the drums. So that's the first part to practice. Once you've nailed that first riff, we can start to move it around. So all we're going to do is take that riff and just move that pattern up a minor third to E flat. Okay, so we're going to be playing the E flat there, 6th fret of the A string. Then we're going to be playing the B flat, the 8th fret of the D string, and then we've got the D flat there up at the top at the 6th fret of the G string. So it's the exact same pattern, just moved up, 3 frets, okay? Then we play that once and then move up a whole step. So we move up another 2 frets to F. So there we have F, C, E flat. And this riff is available to download in the TalkingBass.net. Just follow the link in the info below if you're at YouTube, and if you're at TalkingBass.net, just hit that download button below. So there's the tab and standard notation for it. So all together we have the riff on C twice, then we have it on E flat, and then F. So once each. So that'll sound like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 2. So back to the beginning. Okay, so with the metronome, 2, 3, 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 4 and okay. For the second riff, we're going to use a variation on that rhythm where we include beat 1. So it's all off beats apart from, beat 1, where we put beat 1 in there. So that'll sound like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And on a C, 3rd fret of the A string there, it would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay? So this is a little bit easier because we've got that beat 1 as a nice point of reference for when we come back and for when we start the riff, because when you first start these riffs, if you've got to come in on and, it can be a little bit tricky when you're first getting started or getting used to this kind of thing. When you've got 1, it helps a little. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay? So first of all, just practice it on that C. Once you've mastered it on a C, we can start to add some notes. So the notes we're going to add are going to be C, G, B flat, C, G. C, 3rd fret of the A string, G, 5th fret of the D string, B flat, 3rd fret of the G string, C, 5th fret of the G string and back to G, 5th fret of the D string, and that'll sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Okay, so with the metronome, and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Now let's try moving it around a little by moving it down to A flat and then to B flat. So we'll have twice on C, A flat, 4th fret of the E string, then B flat, 1st fret of the A string. So we're just moving that pattern around, and as with the first riff, this is all there in the downloadable lesson material, PDF. So if you want to go through that, just check that out, and let's just try it with the metronome. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So try out those two riffs, move them around, play around with the notes, you know, come up with your own riffs. And the main thing is to get used to accenting those offbeats, you know, feeling that syncopation. Aim for accuracy and conviction, and you should be fine. Okay? See you later.